You may take a wonderful seat in God's presence. I've come to encourage someone. I have come to encourage someone. How do you know a man of God? How do you know that someone is called directly from God? When he is hit, when he's broken, and he still maintains his faith. How do you know that this one is different from others? Thing that's able to break him can't break him. I've tested God. I've seen him. I've heard him. I've enjoyed his benefits. I've seen his provision. I've seen God raise the dead from his head. I've seen the eyes open. I've seen cripple walk. I've seen people from the hospital walk back home. I've seen family that were mourning, start rejoicing. But in my time, I couldn't hear him. I stayed maintaining my faith. I've come to tell you, in this battle, there will be a time where Satan will engage God to test you. You think Prophet Sammy David love you? If he loves you, let's try something. Look at the car he's driving. See the house he's living in. He's traveling all over the world. He's building 2 churches at the same time. And see what you're doing in his life. So you certify. But break him. And let's see how far he will go loving you. Devil, you miss it. Devil, you miss it. Church, I want to preach on what I titled, what shall separate us from the love of God? What shall separate us from the love of God? Somebody called me earlier this morning and said, Prophet, I want to speak to you. I said, go ahead. I'm not going to call the name of the pastor that is talking, but someone preached you yesterday. I said, don't call the name of the pastor. Don't even give me the name of the church. What's happening? I said, preached you yesterday that you sacrificed your mother. That is just the beginning of what you will hear. When the plane is about to take off from the runway, a lot of noise. When the plane is about to take off from the runway into the sky, a lot of runway, and penetrating the cloud, you will hear a lot of sound. And the pilot in charge of the plane will tell you, fasten your belt, because you're going to be rocking and shaking. I'm taking off to another level. So it's not going to be easy. Friends are preaching me right now. They are preaching me. Friends, right now, preaching me. Even some members, they are confused. Right now, confused. Where is this God? But the thing that is happening right now is only between me and God. You cannot understand what is happening. So do allow your mouth to sing, because it is between me and him. It is a test. The higher you go, the bigger test you face. Let's see the scripture. Let's take Romans chapter 8, chapter 5 first. I'm not going to waste your time here, because God wants to do something. I still have my peace. I've never lost it. Romans chapter 8, verse 35.
Romans chapter 8, verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword, as it is written, for that sake we are all killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us.
Stop there. What shall separate us from the love of Christ? Is it hunger? Is it death? Is it trial? Temptation? The sword to your neck? Is it your mother, your father, death? Your brother that you so love? Your only child died? What shall separate us from the love of God? Choose between you and your father. Choose. God take your father away, can you still serve him? If God take your only child, can you still serve him? He said, what shall separate us from the love of Christ? I'm preaching on what shall separate us from the love of God. There will be a time in your life where God needs to test your love for him. But other people around don't understand how well God loves you. The same God that loves you will be testing you. But your test is not compared to my own. My test will be different from your test. We have different ways that God manifests and tests us. Now look at Job chapter 2, verse 3 to 7. Job chapter 2, 3 to 7. Listen very carefully and watch the screen if you can see it there. Job chapter 2.
Job chapter 2, verses 3 to 7. And the Lord said unto Satan.
And the Lord said to who? Who is talking? God talking to who? God is talking to who? The Lord is talking to the devil. We ban him every day. We ban you, Satan. We destroy you. The Lord is communicating with the devil. Go ahead.
Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Who introduced Job to the devil? Go ahead.
That there is none like him in the earth?
Now, there's no one like Job. Take note of that. God said there's no one like Job. Go ahead.
A perfect and an upright man.
He is righteous and upright. Take note of the profile. Upright and perfect. Upright and perfect. That is the profile. Go ahead.
One that feareth God.
He fears the Lord so much.
And escheweth evil.
He shunned evil. He don't want to do anything evil. That's sin, Job.
And still he holdeth fast his integrity. Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin.
Skin for skin.
Yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh.
What will happen?
And he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thy hand.
Go ahead.
But save his life. So when Satan fought from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with some boils from the sole of his feet unto his crown.
Thank you. Look at a righteous man, blameless. Just look at everybody. Pay attention. Upright, blameless, shun evil. His profile. The man feared God. Upright, he's righteous, blameless. He shunned evil, feared God. But yesterday he lost all his children. He lost all his property. He did nothing evil, but yesterday he lost everything. You think Christianity is just bread and butter? That you will come to God and serve Him and you're not hit? God never promised you that you will not fall. He said you will fall, but you will rise up. But He never defined the falling process. How we're going to fall. He never told us how we will fall. But He said the righteous will fall. But He never said how will the falling come. I hope somebody getting me. He said the righteous will fall. He didn't say the unbeliever, the righteous, the one that know me will fall. But in the falling, He said, I will uphold you. But He never tells us how will the falling comes. In which way will we fall? It could be car taken away from you. It could be fire disaster. It could be your mother dying. It could be your father, your loved one. It could be your best friend. But yesterday, He said, I will uphold you. Now look at Job. With all the profile God listed, he shunned evil, he feared the law, he blameless, a man righteous. Why will he lost his 7 children? Now people will talk about that. Job was a juju priest. Job sacrificed all his children. Job was not righteous. Because if you were righteous, he was not going to lose all. That is the same. You should not think carnally. When something occurs, begin to look up on the past of the person and calculate to where the person stands. And then you say something is wrong somewhere. If you don't understand the thing, leave it, because God is involved. God is involved. Now, Job was broken. He came down to nothing. But watch this. Job chapter 4. Job chapter 4. From 1 to 7. Job chapter 4.
Job chapter 4.
Yeah.
Verses 1 to 7. And Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If we say to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved?
If I talk to you, will you be grieved?
But who can withhold himself from speaking?
Go ahead.
Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands.
Listen. A friend telling the Job, you have strengthened the weak. You help many people. Go ahead.
Thy words have upholding him that was falling.
Your words are making people to stand up that were falling. You, Job, people that were falling, your words comforted them. They were falling, but you made them to stand.
And thou hast strengthened the feeble knees.
You have strengthened a lot of people that were feeble.
But now it is come upon thee.
Now, the same thing you were doing for people, they have come upon you. The same thing you were doing for people is now on your head. Job, that same thing the people were passing through when you were there for them is now on your head. Go ahead.
And thou thinkest it toucheth thee, and thou art.
Are you fainting now because of this? Go ahead.
And thou art troubled.
And you troubled.
Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways?
Go ahead.
Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
Hear that? He's innocent, but he's suffering. He is not guilty, but he's going through the pain. Church, let me just say something that you don't know about. If prayer could bring a lot of love, then she's alive. I'm a man that prayed like I'm crazy. I prayed. I fasted. Cried on God. Prayed. Signal pastors in Ghana, Nigeria, America. This is the situation. In the house, she couldn't move. Brother Derek was standing there. I prayed for her. She woke up and started walking. Now, walking. And I signal people, I said, the situation here now, my mother is not perfectly walking. That she started walking. We took her to the hospital. But now, why was somebody brought into this place that can't walk? And I said, stand up and breathe to the person's nose and pour water to the person. And the person walks and the person is alive. You don't see that as a test. I've come to encourage someone. No matter where you are connected to God, you may speak in tongues from heaven to drop. When God wants to take his decision, he takes it. What will separate you from the love of God? Why will you be grooming crying, weeping, frustrated, disappointed. You know that you are innocent. You know you are connected to God, but yet still you are not married. You know you are trying your way to please God, but yet still you are still jobless. You come to church 5 times a day. You are not seen, you are not stuck with anybody, husband. You still try your possible best to please God, but yet still you are barren. You try your possible best every day. You pay your tithe. You give your tithe. You give offering. You do everything. Yet still the business collapses. It is a test to test the love for God. Satan went to God. If this man love you so much, remove the edge. The protective edge around him. Remove it. And see if Job will not curse you. It was the permissive will. It was God's direct order from his throne to the devil. Bam! Remove it. Satan, I give you the go ahead. Go now and do, but touch not his life, but deal with him. I could hear the devil standing before God. You said, Pastor Sammy love you? I could hear. God said, yes, my servant love me. He said, because you gave him that car, see the car in his eye, he traveled around the world, he's connected, he's blessed, he has food and everything. Remove the one that he loves so much. Let's see. For every time I traveled abroad, before I leave the house, the first person I go to, not my wife, is my mother. Mommy, I'm traveling. She said, kneel down. She prayed for me. When I come from traveling, straight to her room, Mommy, I'm back. Here's the thing I brought for you. On my knees. Thank you. She prayed for me. A praying woman. So she died because it was God's time. I'm saying to the church, I know you will cry because you will miss her. I know I'm feeling it in me because she's my beloved. But it is God's will. I'm telling you, Jesus died at the age of 33. He fulfilled his assignment, but he died at the age of 33. But he died, say, it is finished. It is not how old you die, it's what you do before you die. She saw her grandchildren preaching. That is her joy. Her son that was nothing on earth. She tasted from his hand. She ate from his hand. And she poured water on her head. And she has seen the manifestation. That her son has become a global voice. She has summoned over. Nothing else to do. To sit down, eat, and die. Nothing else you want to do. Just sit down, eat, and die. Or Simon finish. What will separate you from the love of God? People came, looking at me, people rejoicing. Nothing's broken. Let's see. You will not preach again. Nothing. You don't know. People are so excited. I expected pastors to be the one comforting, but then the one mocking. What shall separate you from the love of God? I'm so much strong in God. You know why? The devil came to test my faith. He came to test the love between me and God. If he loves you, take his mother away. Let's see if we still maintain the love. But the devil missed it. He missed it. I'm so strong. When I look back and see where God took me from, I was useless, frustrated, disappointed, no name, no family, no title, no honor, no visa to travel, no house to sleep in, no clothes to put on. And I'll pick me from nowhere and make me someone. Is that now I will question him? Is that now I will turn my back? I've come too far with this God. The night she passed up, I was praising him. The devil broke my system. But I said, devil, there's a bounce back system. I have a spring, inbuilt spring. directly from heaven. When you think of breaking me, you are molding me. I've come to encourage someone. It may come to someone too. So take this now. Take this message and go home. Life has so many sides. It dawns at a given time. Today is Pastor Sammy David. It could be someone else tomorrow. But receive this message. Be built up that when it comes your way, you praise him. I know we have to cry with him on. It is there. We have to cry it out. But be strong. Grandma got to the best place ever. On that glorious day, I will stand and shake hands. Mommy, you pour out in me. I've come to meet you. I'm not just passing crying. I tell people don't cry on me. You can cry, but don't hold me to cry. You will break me. I'm human. I'm not stopping people from crying. But when you do your crying, don't hold me. I'm human. Thousands of people depending on me. Generation accountable. They are looking up to me for strength. So when you come on me and cry, you expect me to cry. When I cry, you know how many people will cry? I am strength to a lot of people. I am hope to so many people. I am the zeal of so many people. And listen to this. Before she died, the Lord spoke to me. Some of you don't know. So you didn't hear it. I heard it clear. He said, go to the hospital and pray your last prayer. I said, Lord, he said, go and pray your last prayer. I didn't tell mommy. I woke up from the house, got in the car. I called a few pastors around. Please escort me to the hospital. The Lord said, go and pray your last prayer. I carry pastors. When they were blocked. The security couldn't allow the pastor to enter. He said, only me should enter. I walked into the room. And I hold her hand, I prayed. After I got through praying, she looked at me and said, be strong. Be strong. 3 times. Be strong. You hear? Be strong. The last one. Be strong. I knew. I knew it was done. I knew it was settled. I knew heaven was ready. The chariot and the horsemen thereof were prepared. I walked down that day. I said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to buy a ticket for my sister immediately. That same day, I went and purchased my sister ticket. But people don't understand. I came home, I searched up my phone. They called me to break the news. They couldn't get me because I knew. And then Pastor Ada was contacted to come and break the news. He came and sat down in the living room. I was in my room upstairs. And somebody knocked the door and said, Pastor Ada is here. I walked out and said, who sent you? I know what you are here for. I said, I know exactly what you are here for. He looked at my face. I said, don't be afraid. I will not cry. She's gone. He says, well, that's what I came to tell you. He was surprised. Because he came to hold me. And I started comforting him. I said, man of God, be strong. He said, I came to tell you, be strong. You are telling me, be strong. I said, listen, I'm in the Lord. And he died in the Lord. She was a difficult believer, strong praying Christian. I'm saying to the church, I'm a different pastor. I don't use to go negative way, but I'm too strong to be broken by people's news. What should separate me from God? Should I forget the goodness of God, the benefit, and then talk against God for this matter? Who owns my heart? Who controls my feet? Who orders my dawn? Who knows the number of my hair on my head? Who made me to wake up this morning? How can I be ungrateful to talk against my maker? Some of you don't know what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be me. This is the first time I'm telling you. It's supposed to be me. It's supposed to be me. Dreams keep from all over. People start having dreams in America calling me. People from UK, I finished preach that day. The usher came to the pastor. I dreamed last night you passed out. Morris told my wife. Morris told my wife he had a dream. Another person had a dream here. Another person somewhere in different church had a dream. Someone from California called me, had a dream. People inboxed me. Said, Paul, we see you're dead and gone. It was a battle between Satan and God. God said, not this one. Church, go back home and know your God. Don't just come to church because you are a Christian. Don't just come to church because you want to show up. Don't come to church because you have a new clothes. Don't come to church because you have a new car to show. Don't come to church because you fix your hair. Know your God. Those that know their God will wax strong. Let's talk about exploit. Those that know their God will wax strong. Those that know their God will wax strong. That is the strength that is in me. I know my God. I've tested him before. I've seen the greatness and the goodness. I'm in his provision and his mercy. His mercy sustaining me. His grace carrying me. God is so loving. He's so caring. A compassionate God. He's still faithful up to now. God is so good. There's no one good like him. He is Jehovah Raphael. He is Jehovah Gibor. He is Jehovah Adonai. He is Jehovah I am that I am. The God of yesterday. He's the same God today. He's the same God tomorrow. If you don't like it, listen to this. It's the God that woke me up last night and make it to wake up again this morning. That is the same God I'm talking about. If you lost your husband and you're broken, come back, man. You don't know what God can do. Who woke you up this morning? You don't know what God can do. You might be in the hospital right now, but you're still living with all your unfaithfulness. With all your unfaithfulness, you're still living. You're still walking. You don't know God loves you, but because you're not married and you're crying, and because you're still single and you worry, listen. God is faithful. My God, what shall separate me from the love of Christ? I go in the air every day clean and learn safely. What shall separate me from God? I was sleeping on people's porch. I have nowhere to sleep. He made me to own a house and houses. What shall separate me from God? I have no children before. Now someone calling me daddy. What shall separate me from God? I didn't have a need. People saying, Pastor, today, is it by my strength? Is it by my power? What shall separate me from God? My God, listen to me. I don't know what you're going through, but I came to encourage you. Don't your back on God. Hold fast for him. Don't leave it in trouble time. Hold him in grief time. Hold him in the time of bereavement. Hold him. You lost your child. You lost your husband. You lost your wife. You lost your mother. Hold God. He is your Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning. He is the end. He is the first. He is the last. What shall separate me from God? Is it, Pastor, we are talking against me now? What shall separate me from God? Is it friends who say I'm not called because I lost my mother? I'm not the first person to lose the mother. What about different life pastors that lost his wife? What about James in the Bible? In Acts chapter 12, he was sitting with Jesus, but he died, his head was cut off. What about John the Baptist? That his angel came down to announce the arrival. He died a disgraceful death. Were John not called? Were James not called? What about Samson in Judges chapter 16? That he died. Were he not called? Angel announced his arrival. What are you talking to me? Abraham's wife, Sarah died. Abraham's wife, Sarah, she died. Abraham went to bury Sarah. What happened with Abraham's relationship with God? He was still strong. You don't know me. I'm not troubled. I'm still strong. I didn't lose my peace. I can't lost my joy. Devil come play with me. I'm not the one shaka. I'm too strong. I'm tested God. Go back and tell them I'm bouncing back. Go back and tell them I'm still strong. Go back and tell them I'm coming back. Can you look for 7 person? Say he's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. He is coming back. Look for 7 person and tell them he is coming back. He is coming back. He is coming back. Love the He is coming back. He is coming back. My God is coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. The other day, the man of God said, don't laugh at me when I fall. The man of God said, don't laugh at me when I fall. Because I will rise up again. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It's one of the things we have to go through. I don't know if Mr. Robert here, behind here. He lost who? It was who? Your mother died. I remember some years back. I went there, he was crying. I knocked his shoulder. I said, be strong. Be strong. He said, because you say so, I will be strong. Now here's me. My mother died. I was saying the other day, be strong. If I tell you to be strong and he was strengthened, then now, what should I do? The thing is in me. It's the river I pour out every day. It's inside me. I'm walking for strength. I give you. If I'm taking from me to give you, that I have so much here to comfort myself. I've not lost my peace. Go back and tell my critics. Go back and tell my enemies. Tell my mockers. I've not lost my joy. I've not lost my peace. I've not lost my happiness. I'm still strong. That you cannot never have. I said, stay strong. The Lord said to me this early morning when I got on my knees to pray. He said, well, in 3 months after you bury your mother, I will show you that it's a test. I want people to carry the news. He said, I will show you that it was a test. After 3 months, bury your mother. We still continue our fasting. Remember, starting tomorrow. We're not going to cancel anything. Be strong in the Lord. With all that Job went through, he said, I know my Redeemer liveth. I know my Redeemer liveth. The only thing that I'm crying for you, I'm praying for you people around me. Because your mind will be tested to questions my integrity will go. People around me, can you stand the noise? Friends will talk. Community you live will talk. Because it is a physical thing. The human mind is so naive, living by what they see and what they touch, what they feel, but not into the realm of the spirit to detect what is unfolding here. What's unfolding? Can you see a man that lost his mother and comforting someone? Let me shock you. The day my mother died, someone called my wife. He said, please, I'm in Rainy Hospital. So happy. My mother is seriously sick right now on oxygen. Can't talk, can't walk. She looked at me on the bed. My eyes were red. And she wanted to off the phone and talk to me a little before calling her back. I said, tell her to call me in 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, she called. I said, what's happening? With tears, she was crying. And I was in tears. I never shook up my tears. I said, where are you now? She said, I'm in the hospital. I said, put your hand on your father. On your mother, rather. Put your hand. I prayed. Not shouting. Not screaming prayer that I did for my mother. After the following day, the lady called testifying. Pastor, I want to tell you, thank you. Your God is awesome. I said, what is happening? My mother is talking and walking in the hospital. Let me be frank with you. Tears roll from my eyes. Tears. I said, God, you see? Two sides. This one didn't make it and this one make it. I still stand my ground. The Bible says, in all these things, Job never say evil to God. In all these things, in the few 3 minutes before I close, be strong. People watching me around the world, I don't know what you're going through. Some of you saw on the social media, I posted it, but I don't know what you're passing through. But be strong. Be strong. There's testing time for everyone that's connected to God. Whether you're a pope, bishops, apostles, prophet, teachers, pastor, evangelist, you will have your own time of test. And your test will be different from my test. Everybody have the time to go through the testing time. No matter where you are connected to God, no matter how long you've been with God, you will go through it. You will go through it. There's a time in your life where God will turn his back. So let me see if I don't call you, it will stay free. In that time, many turn their back and run for help somewhere. At that given period, many are mocked, disgrace. You say you are a pastor. Why your mother died? Pastor Sammy David been praying for people here around all over that period of the war. But why now his mother died, he couldn't pray? I want to ask a question. If you're watching me on the internet and you're in the service, who has the ability to give life? Is it a pastor who is praying or the God that owns the person? Our responsibility as pastor to pray, and God is to do it. So if God said no, who am I? Who am I? All my life is prayer. My prayer is food. My prayer is my water. Prayer is my bed. And sometimes my wife can take my child testimony and go to another room. Because I'm ready to pray on the bed. That is my life. But in all the prayer I pray, God said this one is the test. Tell you, shake your never say it's the test. It is the test. Just sit down, please. Sit down small. It is a test. Tell your neighbor, say it is a test. Look at someone face to face, it is a test. Tell them to go through it. You will soon come to an end. You will reach to the end point where you start laughing. It's a test. It's a test. You say, Pastor Sammy is your son? Yes. Okay. Take his mother away. It will not be broken. Take his beloved mother. The woman that carried her face. The one that sacrificed for. During the war time, the flat back here. Pick up her mother. Travel my road to carry her to her children. The one that people challenged me for. When I saw people wasting water on her. I said, you will live in a house and enjoy yourself. People say, sacrifice my mother? Overstatement. They should magnify more than that. Go and tell them. Say, I want to just, it's too little. They say he starved. When my father died years back, I was right on the altar preaching. He died on Sunday. I walked into the office, I saw 72 missed calls. Sister, brother were calling. I said, where is he now? I said, stay in the household. I said, leave him there. Don't carry nowhere. Everybody lay hands on him. I bought $120 card. Pray. pastors all over prayed. Some are in the trance. So stop suffering yourself. It is over. So I told my sister that I said, let's take him to the mortuary. So why? I said, it is over. If God could bring my mother back, she'll be here. Listen to me. I talk to God that I'm talking to someone. I'm not afraid to say it. He loved me so much. I never wanted to be a pastor. I never dreamed of becoming a pastor. I never liked pastoral job. I hated it. So God, in his own will, called me. So if he called me, he loved me. If God called me, he loved me. So don't be discouraged. The life we live, so many tests will come. So many tests in different ways. Sometimes to your job place, somebody will accuse you falsely. He said, show me. He said, you have to go through it. Your own friends work against you in the very different way. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes it will be too tough that you can't make it. Somebody came to the house to console me. And she sat down. And she heard me speaking. She said, what? I never expected this from you. You are now consoling me. I came to sympathize with you, but the grace you carry, I say I am special. I'm a very different person. In all this, Job never sinned against God. He said, I know my Redeemer liveth. Job chapter 42, read from verse 10. When Job started praying for his friends, God turned his captivities around and blessed him twice of everything he lost. Are you a believer for material thing? Are you a Christian for miracle? Are you a Christian for what you can get? Or you are a Christian because you love the Lord? If God don't give you a husband, can you still serve him? If God don't give you a child, can you still be faithful? If God don't give you that job, can you still be faithful? What shall separate me? What shall separate us from the love of Christ? Look at Christ going to the cross to die. He died on the cross for us. So why would he be so wicked now? To say, I'm taking this thing for him to die. No, it's not God. It is a test. This thing, it is a test. To test my faith. To test my faith. To test my faith. My love for God. In all this thing, Job never sinned against God. People preaching me on the altar. People talking all kinds of things. They conclude. Somebody said the news gone. Said it's my wife that died. Yes, people talking now. They say it's not my mother, it's my wife. Because they don't know what to say. The next thing you will hear, they say the man stabbed his mother on the back. The next thing they say the cutting, squeezing the mother's neck. You will hear so many things. But in all days, be strong. Be strong. When God is in the business, you can't go down. And when God is about to do something new, it comes in a shaking way. It comes in a rocking way. It comes in a tough way. But at the end of the tunnel, you will find light. Please stand to your feet. At the end of that tunnel, you will find hope. I bless God for every one of you that are here this morning. There's the first Sunday of the month. I want to encourage all God's family members around the world. Be strong. Visitor, coming for the first time, maybe some of you heard something happened to me. I know you are here, but I'm strong. Strong. Somebody text me, will you preach tomorrow? I said, come and see. Why will I go in the room and fold my hands, take the blanket and cover my face, and start crying while souls are still dying? If anybody love their mother, I think I do. My best friend. But I'm strong. Hold fast to God. There will be destined time. Hold fast to God. There will be a time in your life where people will question your faith with God. So the righteous will fall 7 times and rise up 7 times.